everyone. Sorry about the audio difficulties. We are back now and we're going to start the episode. This is ESO Live and we're your hosts. I'm Jessica Folsom, English Community Manager for the Elder Scrolls Online.
Hi, I'm Gina Bruno. I'm the Assistant Community Manager for ESO.
And this is our second episode of ESO Live. We'll be here doing this live on Twitch every other Friday. So we got some great feedback from the last episode, and one of the main things that all of you asked for was the lineup of the show ahead of time. We did post it on elderscrollsonline.com, but we'd like to go over it now to show you what's in store. So first up, we're going to go over some fan creations. This is actually going to feature some cosplay, and this is going to be with principal figure artist Tatiana Malinko. After that, we're going to have a recap of recent and current and upcoming ESO news, upcoming events organized by fans after that. And in our Life at ZOS segment, we're going to have an interview with UI designer Strasz. Next would be a sneak peek at upcoming ESO merchandise. After that, we're going to have a Hot Topics discussion featuring lead PvP designer Brian Wheeler. And we'll talk about all things Cyrodiil. After that, we'll have a live developer Let's Play of Dragonstar Arena as voted by all of you. More Tamrielic pronunciations to wrap it up. We love that one. And, of course, giveaways throughout the show. So we hope you'll stick around for the entire episode.
Coming up next, we are going to show you some of our recent favorite cosplayers, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, so joining us for this week's fan creations is principal figure artist Tatiana Malinko.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hi, Gina.
Thanks for joining us.
Jessica. I'm glad to be here.
Would you like to explain a little bit what you do at ZOS?
Yeah, sure. I am a part of a figure team. Our team is responsible for creating everything that relates to the characters that you see in game. Mm-hmm. It's playable characters, everything they wear, all the armor, all the costumes, all of the NPCs, as well as all of the monsters and all of the creatures that you see throughout the game. And my responsibilities include supervising the character creation team. Mm-hmm. Pretty much everything that you see in the character creator, like when you pick your body type, faces, hair adornments, body markings, all of that, that's what our team does.
Wow,
awesome.
That's a lot of options too.
Yeah. Something tells me you're not from the United States. Where are you from?
I don't know. What is it?
What is it?
What did give it away? All right. Well, I am from a country that no longer exists, Soviet Union. And it's a trick question, and you knew that, because I'm from the highly contested region of Crimea, which used to be Ukraine. Now it is Russia. Nobody knows what it is, so there you have it.
So, a couple of years ago, during Halloween, you actually cosplayed as a Khajiit.
Yes.
Are you into cosplaying normally?
Oh, yes. Actually, originally I got interested in art because I wanted to be a costume designer.
Oh, wow.
And, in my younger days, I actually used to work at the tailor shop. So, and I do still make a lot of costumes, and I'm very interested in historic clothing recreation. Most recently, I actually got interested in cosplay, and obviously, since Khajiit are my favorite race, okay, that I said it. And, so I did light armor for a Khajiit, and right now I'm working on some Game of Thrones costumes.
That's awesome.
Wow, yeah.
Well, let's dive in and take a look at some of our favorite cosplayers this week.
All right, so this is some Daedric armor created by Arsenal Props on DeviantArt. Looks like she's just getting started with it, but wow, it already looks really impressive. I expect the paint job will come next.
Yeah, I would say she's a long way from just being started, because she's already got actually all of the armor is pretty much, as far as I can see, is complete shape-wise. She just needs to do some, paint job and maybe incorporate some other materials. But from what I can see, it's really, really impressive, because what I appreciate about it is that, there is great silhouette. and there is a lot of layering going on, which is very important in any costume creation, you know, especially if it is, you know, a replica of something. To make it look more realistic, you need this sort of like layering and a lot of detail to bring it to life, and this one actually is, you know, like really awesome.
Yeah,
it is.
Arsenal Props, if you're listening, we want to see this when it's done.
Next, we have an ESO High Elf. It's actually created and modeled by Lightning Cosplay. And she even has magic coming out of her hand.
Yeah, I know.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm not that, you know, far into my costume making. I can't make magic yet. I don't know. Maybe they can, you know, maybe they can teach me. But this costume is, you know, like really, really cool. And I can see that it's actually, you know, very close to the appearance of the character in the cinematic.
A lot of detail.
You know, yes, I like how, you know, different materials are represented well. There is metal, there is leather, you know, that you can see. And I also really appreciate all the finishing touches, such as, you know, getting the right hue of the hair and the right length, you know, and then there is a nice circlet and the ears, and, you know, it's the whole package. So this is very impressive.
Every little bit included, yeah.
I'm jealous of her hair.
Me too.
All right, so here's another take on the Altmer or High Elf from our ESO cinematic trailers. This one's by Dragonstar on DeviantArt. Love those backgrounds. Wow.
Yes, this is actually very impressive how the setting is actually pretty much replicates what you see in the trailer. Even like her clothing is like flowing in the wind, and
she has magic too.
Yes, she has magic. I mean, everybody has magic. What's up with that?
I must be doing something wrong.
Yeah, I must be doing something wrong. So, but it's a really, really beautiful costume, and you know, I actually really like makeup on this one, because even the skin tone is, you know, very close to what appears in the cinematic, and, you know, the makeup in itself is just, you know, a masterpiece. So this is really, really well done, and I really like the detailing on the sleeve that goes down her sleeve. It's just really awesome.
You don't want to mess with her, it looks like.
Yeah.
She will.
Looks like she
knock
can handle
you
herself in a fight.
Yeah. She's knocking people off that mountain with her magic. All right, next up, we have a Malinko cosplay by Lady Rin.
Oh yes, this is actually a really exciting piece, because I actually really like when people cosplay opposite gender, because I mean, I think it makes it even more fun, because it's all about trying to approach and, you know, be as close to the character you admire as you can.
Your own interpretation.
You know, and especially when you're like, you know, cosplaying opposite gender, it's just, there is just something magic about it, you know, especially if you do it really well, which I think this lady does really well. I would really love to see a photo with the head in it at some point, because I'm pretty sure she's going to do awesome job on her makeup. But as far as the armor progress, you know, it's really good. You know, the texturing on the parts that's supposed to be metallic appears to go really well, you know, and there is a really nice silhouette overall. I can't wait to see when it's finished.
We need to see a Malinko selfie when it's finished.
Yes.
All right, so, I love this one. So there's a fun story behind this one. We originally found out about this piece because Wynn McLaughlin, who we spoke to last time, actually found this and posted it on his personal Facebook page. He loved it so much. So this is Crazy Cadwell cosplay by Zanven on the official Elder Scrolls Online forums.
This one is actually, it's also one of my favorite, because the guy is just totally in the character. It's not only he has like the body type that perfectly suits the character, which is also very important, because, you know, when you are trying to cosplay a character, if you pick somebody who is like similar to your body type, it's already part of the costume, because like large silhouette, you know, should be recognizable, you know, even, you know, from afar. And definitely, you know, this guy has got it. And, you know, in addition to it, like the clothing is replicated, you know, pretty faithfully, and that pot on his head is just insane. And I actually really, I mean, he clearly is a fairly young guy, but the makeup, you know, is so fantastic that it actually makes him look older, you know, and tired. And, you know, facial hair is actually really cool. And I kind of don't know whether it's real or not, because I keep looking at it and I just can't figure it out.
There was a discussion on the ESO subreddit, actually. Everyone was wondering if that's real facial hair or not.
Well, yes, because like facial hair, like...
I guess that means it's done well,
yes,
right?
Yes, yes, facial hair, if it's like, if you're trying to like replicate something, is very hard to pull off because, and this looks really realistic.
It's a good one.
All right, so we have one more special treat for everyone. We have Volon Stall on the line. We're going to pull her in here in a minute. She's best known for some of her Khajiit costumes. She's a prop maker joining us from Switzerland. So let's get her on the line. We're going to plug in her headphones here so we can actually hear her.
I actually know how to use headphones this week. Thank you.
I don't, but hopefully.
You put them on your head. I learned that last week.
Yeah, okay, like this.
All right. Volon Stall, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
Right.
Hello.
Thanks so much for joining us. We love your work.
Thank you. Thank you for the feature.
You bet.
So the first question we wanted to ask, we've seen that your pieces are really detailed and well made. How long did it take to create the Khajiit armor?
Oh, well, for the Khajiit armor, I don't know, maybe about 100 or 200 hours in total.
That's
I don't
insane.
really count the minutes or hours, so I'm good with it.
Wow.
It's really impressive. I actually have found your Khajiit armor online when I was doing just some Googling for, some armor images. And I was so impressed because, as I mentioned, Khajiit actually are my favorite race. And that armor is so well made that I actually sent it out to our entire character team so that they would see, because it's really, really, gratifying to us to see people being so passionate about the art in the game that they put so much work, and so much effort into recreating it as faithfully. I mean, there's even like a cut on the helmet. There is like a mark from a sword. This is just absolutely amazing.
Super
I love
Yeah.
your work. It's really, really beautiful.
We got a chance to see that particular costume at Gamescom in person, and it's amazing
I
in
could've.
person. Yeah. So, Volon Stall, your pieces appear to be made of very high quality and detailed materials. Is prop making a pretty expensive hobby?
Yeah, it is actually. I would recommend to at least have an income. As a student, I wouldn't recommend it to start with prop making. You better have an income and then you just try it.
Yes, it is expensive.
That makes sense.
You can attest to that.
I can attest to that because, sometimes people are like, oh, wow, like this costume looks great. Like, how long did it take you? And I'm thinking to myself, you better ask how much it cost me. Because I think it's more impressive.
Wow.
So Volon Stall, where are some of your favorite places to go while you're cosplaying, and what has the fan reaction been like?
My favorite places, well, the first time with one of my armors I bought at a medieval market.
Wow.
So, to test it. And with the Yevgeny armor, people often said things like Skyrim or Dovahkiin, and that was pretty fun. And later I went to some minor conventions and at the Gamescom.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, you definitely really stood out there as one of the best costumes we saw.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So in terms of your prop creation, the Elder Scroll replica that you created is really impressive. It has a really neat glow effect when viewed in black light.
See,
Can you tell us?
Too.
Yeah. See, yeah, magic too. Can you tell us how you created that effect with the black light?
Well, it's only actually blacklight ink painted on a cloth, so it's nothing special.
Wow.
It's maybe because I'm doing these pictures right.
That is really cool. Well, it sure looks very magical.
So
Thanks.
we've heard that you're actually working on a cosplay armor guide ebook. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, about that. I do have it planned, but not every project goes as well as doing props. So I wanted to include a few patterns with the book, but it's progressing slowly, and I have other bits to do.
Wow, patterns.
I
That would
will
be really
finish
cool.
it, of course,
Awesome.
someday.
That'd be great. I'm sure people would love that. So from your Dovahkiin costume to your ebony war axe and even soul gems, how does the creation process differ when creating clothing versus weaponry or other gear?
Not only the process is different, especially the materials are different. When doing armor, I usually eyeball all the pieces. I mean, I work with the screenshots only.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, and with props like the Elder Scrolls, I had to measure all the parts first, make a sketch, and then check with the screenshots.
Wow.
I'm not very fond of making blueprints, to be honest, so I just do it by instinct.
That's insane.
Well, gosh, let us know if we can ever help by getting you some concept art. You know, we're always happy to do that.
Yeah, would be fun. Thanks.
Sure.
Yes, I cheated with my Kashid costume. I got the nice, concept art.
Yeah.
Screenshots, and I went from those.
You got connections. Volon Stall, can you tell us a little bit about your next project?
The next project, yeah, of course. I have the Maze of Morlock Ball.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
That's a detailed one.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah. Oh,
and
that'll be
I'm
cool.
still waiting. I'm still waiting for new armor of you. New armor designs of ESO. Oh.
We have some coming. In fact, we're going to show some of it later in today's show.
It's true.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
So, what would you say is the weirdest or more unique fan-requested piece you've ever been asked to create?
You mean beside all those requests about something Dedrick? I get them a lot. The most unique was the Elder Scroll.
Ah, yeah, and it turned out really great.
Thank you.
Do you have any recommendations or advice for somebody who wants to get into prop making?
Well, I can recommend to, as I said, before starting with this hobby, I recommend to have at least an income. Because some of those materials are expensive.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you already have a bit experience with sculpting, building, and so on, you can try a few smaller bits first. And read tutorials, go to forums, watch videos, and just do it. Try it. That's it.
Just do it right, okay?
That's
Just do it right. Okay.
Right. Do it perfect.
I guess it's good to be a perfectionist when you're a prop maker,
yes. Just do it right.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so
It
much.
was really good talking to you.
Your work is great. Thank you.
And we can't wait to see your next works.
Yeah, looking forward to it too.
Awesome.
All right, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
And thank you, Tatiana.
Yes,
for
thank you
also
very much.
joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Really
that was,
great
That
insight.
was actually a lot of fun.
Oh,
so,
cool.
I really liked, being here and looking at all the beautiful, fun creations. So, thanks for having me.
Yes, thank
Anytime.
you. We'll be sure to share more as they come through with you.
Yes, thanks.
So next up, we're going to go into our current and future news. And as we transition into that, we're going to share with you a song by Matthew Shine, a fan composer, called Merkmeyer. Enjoy. again, welcome back. So we're going to get started with the news, current and future news. And we've got Chris Strasz, lead user experience designer, with us. And he's going to stick around through the show. He's going to stick around through the show until the Life at ZOS segment. All right, so let's dive into the news.
Since the last time we had this live stream, we have released Update 4 to the North American and European mega servers. This includes features like Upper Craglorn, the Serpent Trial, Dragonstar Arena, and there's a lot more. The patch notes are on the website, and they're also on the forums. So take a look. There's a whole list of everything that's available now. We have also pushed out patch 1.4.4. This happened last week, and it addressed a number of issues that kind of came out when we released Update 4. And we're also working on patch 1.4.5. Now, this will be coming out next week. As always, we will post the patch notes as soon as they are ready. We also have the Tales of the Dead contest going on right now. You can see the screenshot that we have released for this contest. If you're not familiar with it, basically,
I'm sorry, I love that one.
It's a good one. So this is a little inside baseball. The world builders actually just kind of go through and drop these little death scenes, if you will.
This one's death by cheese, I guess.
I think it is. Yeah, death by cheese.
And no pants.
No pants.
And no pants.
And a wine bottle or something. But the premise of this contest is to just tell us what happened here. There's really no backstory, but that's up to you to decide. So head to the forums and submit your entry. You have until midnight tonight, Eastern time, and then we are closing the thread and we'll be choosing our winners.
All right, so now the future news segment. This one is going to be pretty jam-packed, so get comfy. Update 5 is going to be hitting PTS in October. That has not changed. Within Update 5 is going to be the Veteran City of Ash. That's our next veteran dungeon. It's going to be veteran rank, I want to say 13 or 14. And it's a continuation of the story from the original City of Ash dungeon. Also, the new face animations will be going in. There you see them right there, Queen A Ren. So the new face animations make the characters in the game look a lot more realistic and more animated when they speak to you.
It's a blonde Beckinsale there.
We also have a whole slate of new things that we just got notes on today. So I'm actually going to pull up my notes. I'm going to be reading a bit, so forgive me if I can't do this verbatim, but wanted to get all this information out to you guys. So dungeon scaling is something that is also coming with Update 5, and we really encourage you to test it out on the PTS. What this means is that all instance dungeons, group and solo, will scale to your level in Update 5. This doesn't include delves or public dungeons. And the way that they scale is they scale to the level of the group leader at the point at which you enter the dungeon. They'll scale up or down as needed to the level that the dungeon is originally at. So they only go as low as when you can originally enter them. Dungeons that are higher level than you will scale down to lower than, they won't scale down to their lower than their original level, sorry. But they will scale up past their original level. So dungeon scaling means that you can now join the LFG system and queue up for any dungeon that is at your level or below.
I'm also going to cheat a little bit. I have notes here that I'm going to just kind of read off. Undaunted Dailies is also something else that's going into Update 5. You can obtain some of these at Undaunted Enclaves. These are going to be located in or near all capital cities for each alliance. You need to be level 45 in order to do Undaunted Dailies. And the dailies require you to clear a specific group dungeon each day. There are 2 Undaunted daily versions. There's regular and also veteran mode, so you can do a total of 2 Undaunted dailies each day. Now, when you do the Undaunted dailies, you're going to get Undaunted Reputation and also a key for completing the dungeon. This is kind of what you just saw in the video. There's bronze, silver, and gold keys. For the regular Undaunted daily, you earn a bronze or silver key depending on how you did. And based on the specific criteria that we have, and also how to talk, for the veteran Undaunted dailies, you get a silver or a gold key. The keys are going to be used to open corresponding bronze, silver, or gold chests at the Undaunted enclaves.
So Gina just mentioned a little bit about the Undaunted item sets that you can get. So there are new 2-piece Undaunted item sets associated with the Undaunted dailies. They consist of a helmet, which you saw in the video, and shoulders that look like the different bosses that you can defeat in normal and veteran mode. You have a chance of getting the helmet from the bosses, so it'll drop off of them, and it will look just like the boss that it dropped off of.
Really cool.
Yeah. And you also you get the shoulders and other Undaunted set item pieces from the Undaunted daily reward chests. Now, the really cool thing about these item sets is they give you a special new passive it's like a passive or a proc ability on the armor itself that is thematically tied to the boss whose pieces you're wearing.
We are also improving the Undaunted skill line in Update 5. We're adding 2 new passives to it. And that's all I have to say about that.
Yep. So it's a lot. And, of course, there's going to also be crafting dailies coming in Update 5. Chat bubbles, which we mentioned a little bit last time, and here's what they look like.
There they are.
Undaunted!
Yay!
And we're also on track to have character copies ready on the PTS when Update 5 goes live there.
Now, another thing that we're working on is a guild summit. This is actually going to be happening next week, October 1st and 2nd. We have chosen 20 representatives from different guilds across North America and Europe. They're going to be coming here to the studio in Baltimore, Maryland, and they're just going to be chatting with a lot of the ESO developers.
Yep.
Are you chatting with them?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And the nice thing about this is it's not covered by any sort of NDA or embargo, so you can look forward to hearing all about what we talk about with those groups.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
So let's try and do a giveaway.
Yes.
This should be
T-shirt
exciting
giveaway
'cause
time.
it's not actually working on my computer. So Jason Levy, our community coordinator, is going to help us out. Jason, why don't you tell everyone to just type shirt into chat? Are you doing it?
Yes.
Okay. It's happening. So type shirt.
So what
into
shirt
chat.
is this?
I don't know. I don't even know where I put it. That's not a shirt.
There's a bag.
Here's a
behind
shirt.
There you go.
There you go. Here,
Okay.
you want to hold one?
Sure.
You want to touch it?
Oh, I like these. These are super comfy.
Actually, you're wearing one, aren't you?
I am.
yeah.
Underneath. So these shirts, we're going to give 2 away, I think. Just, why not? They have an Ouroboros on the front, and it says Elder Scrolls Online on the back. These are really soft cotton.
Yeah, they're really comfortable.
You wanna
They're
touch
one of
it?
my favorite shirts.
It's kind of nice. All right, so let's go for about 20 more seconds. Type
You will
shirt.
get a shirt that we have manhandled.
Yeah. Look, it's rubbing on our lead UI designer. This shirt comes with smart.
You'll gain +5 to intelligence.
It does indeed. All right, let's wrap this up. I don't know what else to talk about. Jason, you wanna hit the button?
Button hit.
All right.
Who's our
Who are
winner?
our winners?
Jason's in another room, so we kind of have to shout over to him. I think maybe you won.
Did I?
And he just doesn't want to say it.
Awesome.
Winner's on your Skype.
Oh, I have the winner.
There you go.
Oh, boy.
He wanted to make you say the names.
Lushukin. Do you want to try that?
Lashukin.
Congratulations,
going with that.
Lashukin.
That's right.
Yay.
Who's our second winner?
Yeah, let's do another winner. I think you just push the button again. Doing it live.
Do it live.
Darth Ganon. Awesome name.
It is. It's like Star Wars plus
Zelda.
Zelda. Yep.
Yeah, big
All right,
Zelda
Darth
fan.
Ganon and Lushukin. Good job.
Congratulations.
We will be shipping those out to you probably next week. We'll get your size and everything. So, yeah.
All right.
Let's move on.
So next up, we're going to go over some community events. So what this is every week we have players in-game on the North American and European mega servers who run their own live events. And we're going to go over the schedule of events, and hopefully you'll find one that you'd like to attend.
Okay, so let's get started. You can kind of join us for reading off fan events.
Sounds good.
All right, so what's the first one? Here we go.
The live player auction. I'm sorry, I can't read. Player live auction. This is run by the Blue Skooma Company, who we actually chatted with 2 weeks ago for our first live stream.
We're sorry.
This is every Saturday. There's one September 27th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. It's on the North American Mega server in Reaper's March in Ralka. I should do a Tamriel pronunciation video. I'm really good at this. All right, moving on.
So the next one is the Emberheart Tavern Nights.
Not to get confused with
Ebonheart. So enjoy delicious food from the renowned Thorgrid, as well as ales, wines, spirits, and mead at Gearman's Hall. Sounds like somebody's going to have a hangover. This happens every Saturday, so the next ones are on September 27th and October 4th at 8:30 p.m. Central European Time on the European Mega server at Gearman's Hall. And this is for Ebonheart Pact members.
Emberheart for Ebonheart.
Yep.
Easy to remember. Look at this. We have a role-play wedding happening.
I love these.
So this was originally planned for the 20th of September, but the wedding was actually postponed.
Maybe due to weather.
Yeah.
Dark Anchor.
There was a dark anchor that opened, and
right over the ceremony site.
The ceremony was just overrun with Daedra. So
terrible. Hate it when that happens.
That always ruins the reception. So.
This is happening on Saturday, September 27th, 10 p.m. CEST. It's for a lovely French couple. It's happening in the European Mega server. I can read at the Daggerfall Cathedral. And if you have questions, you can contact Yoshi. Yoshi. Kamui.
Next is the Sermons of Joan and Jode. This is run by Real Priest Rainier, spreading the words of Joan and Jode to fellow Khajiit across Dominion lands. So this happens every Sunday. Next ones are September 28th and October 5th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the North American Mega server. That's for Alt Mary Dominion members, and you need to contact Ellie Dragon in-game for more information.
Next, we have a Grand Guild meeting for the Aldmeri Dominion. This sounds like it's for any Aldmeri Dominion guild. You can get together at Hadron's Caravan in Reaper's March. This is Sunday, September 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on the North American Mega server. And it looks like the Twin Tails Company is going to be hosting it this month. So this must be a monthly meeting.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. And this is the unofficial Tavern Night. This is for...
I want to know when official Tavern Night is.
I do too.
Yeah.
This is for Daggerfall Covenant members. It is held on the North American Mega server. Drop by for surprises, drama, intrigue. Especially if certain people drop by. Maybe it's you. This happens every Tuesday. Next ones are on September 30th at 5 p.m. Pacific and October 7th at the same time.
Next is the Wayrest Mages Guild Lecture Nights. That is a mouthful.
Who doesn't like a good lecture?
Be lectured
right?
at.
I love being lectured.
Especially by mages.
So this is on Wednesdays. There's one on October 1st at 7 p.m. GMT. It's on the European Mega server at the Wayrest Mages Guild. It's a lecture night at the Mages Guild in Wayrest.
2 times.
By mages. Next is the Faith and Fellowship in the Temple of the Divines. This is run by legitimate priests
Again.
of the 8 divines. Yes.
I see a trend here.
Uh-huh. This one is on Wednesday, October 1st at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the North American Mega Server. If you'd like to join in, go to the Temple of the Divines in Wayrest. Must be Daggerfall Covenant. We have a real priest of RK.
Yeah, and you got to make sure to come with an open mind.
Only an open mind.
Yes, no closed-minded.
All right. The Greenleaf Tavern, happening at the Greenleaf Tavern. This is Thursdays. There's one coming up on October 2nd at 6 p.m. and also 11 p.m. Pacific Time. This is in Cormount in Grotwood for Aldmeri Dominion. I guess we don't have anything funny to say about that.
It's a good one, so I hear. All right, so this is the Soup Kitchen Free Clinic and Workshops in Fells Run. So those in need of a hearty meal or aid are encouraged to attend this event at the Run-In Tavern located in Fells Run. And they're looking for volunteers.
I love hearty meals. What's better?
So this is Thursday, October 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you're interested in volunteering, participating, if you just want some soup, you can contact the names at the bottom of the screen there. All right, so that is it for our live events. Next up, we're going to talk to Mr. Chris Strasz.
We're going to talk to this
Sounds
guy
good.
who's been sitting here for a while.
Yeah, it's been fun. Thanks for having me here.
Okay, bye.
Okay, so this is our Life at Sauce segment. We're going to be talking with Chris Strasz. Thanks for walking downstairs and joining us today.
Yeah, it was a long walk, but it's the least I could do.
You made it.
All those stairs.
So, just a reminder for this segment, we are going to be doing a live Q&A. We will be pulling questions from the Twitch chat to ask you. It'll be very exciting. So first, can you just explain a little bit what you do for ESO?
Sure. So I'm the lead user experience designer, and basically I work with a team of UI programmers, artists, and designers, and we're responsible for the user experience aspect of the game, which really is kind of the user interface, the control scheme, the information that gets kind of given to you. You all right there, Gina?
I shifted in my chair and it just sounded awful. So now I got the giggles. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So, yeah, so basically pretty much any kind of information you see on the screen, the crafting windows, the die window, the controls for how you mount a horse, the combat mechanics. We work with the combat team and systems team and everything else like that. Yep. The die system, so trying to figure out, hey, what are the different tools that you would want to give the player for dying and being able to erase and do sets and things like that. So we kind of touch on a lot of different areas of the game, but it's really pretty much that layer between the player from the minute they kind of get into the game to the minute they exit. All the information and that layer between the player and the world. So
very cool.
Awesome.
So what would you say is your design vision and philosophy when creating UI elements in The Elder Scrolls Online?
So when we started working on the UI, Elder Scrolls, I mean, it's such a rich world, such a beautiful world. And we always felt that we wanted the players to really get immersed in that environment. So one of the key things we started out with was basically saying, hey, you know, let's try to focus the player viewing the world and experiencing their movement and combat choreography in the world as much as possible. Still give UI feedback, you know, where it's needed, but really try to make it an experience that wasn't just tons of heads-up display and tons of windows and things on the HUD. So one of the features, you know, we really kind of wanted to stick to was basically, you know, making it immersive. That also tied into keeping it minimalistic. We intentionally kind of stepped away from making everything really painted and ornate with the art, and instead just tried to kind of focus on the spirit of the aesthetics in Elder Scrolls and making it more just minimal and more streamlined for the player. We've also kind of looked at how to, you know, make a lot of that information be more contextual. It's a little bit different from a lot of traditional MMOs, but we looked at things in terms of, well, okay, the health bar and the magicka bar and stamina bar.
Right.
If those are full, do you really need to see those all the time? If you're outside of combat, do you have to be seeing the ability bar all the time? And going back to the immersive aspect, we try to make the compass and try to make you kind of focus on navigating the world a key part of the experience. And then I would say kind of like the one other big aspect was we wanted players to be able to modify the UI. We wanted them to be able to take the UI that was there and the information that was there and be able to, if they wanted to change some of the layout, change some of the information, the way it's displayed. If there's, it's a live game, so there's always more you want to do, both with new features and quality of life. But the great thing about add-ons and the add-on community is there's some things that a subset of players or more players want, and we wanted to give them the tools to be able to kind of do that as well.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
So let's kind of backpedal a little bit.
Sure.
Could you kind of explain how you became a UI designer for video games?
Yeah. So I've been in the industry, I guess, about 17 years.
Wow.
Officially, I guess, in the industry about 13. I started when I was 15. And I started doing...
I couldn't even get a job at 15. Nobody
Well,
would hire me.
I think I was babysitting.
Right?
I was doing contract customer support for a company called Origin on a game called Ultima Online, which I'm sure
Little game.
a lot of MMO players may be familiar with.
Yeah, my first one.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And so I started out there, and I was doing this while I was in high school. And then I got to basically went to school for a year in New Jersey, and then decided that, hey, I really wanted to get into games more, and always had a passion for design. Moved down to Austin, applied, got into customer support, and in the meantime really was kind of practicing level editing and tools and playing around with level editors, and then went over to NCSoft, where eventually I had my break being able to kind of work on a game called Tabula Rasa, which was a lot of fun. And after that, I went to a company called Vigil and worked on a game called Darksiders.
Oh, I like that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, especially, I bet Darth
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 Ganon?
Ganon. He may like it. It's kind of a Zelda type game. But then went to BioWare, worked on the Old Republic, worked at a company called Space Time, and then eventually I saw there was this great opportunity to work at ZeniMax, and was really excited to hear about the project. Applied and moved up here from
The rest
Austin.
is history.
Yeah.
Nice. And here you
I've
are.
been on the project, since.
Nice.
That's awesome. Well, it sounds like you do a lot, so this is going to be a tough one, but
Sure.
what's your favorite part of the job?
I think that's a great question. It's really the satisfaction of seeing the end result and of a whole team coming together and really bringing something to life. And that's not even just with UI specifically, but really any system. To actually see something and read something on paper and then be able to actually test that in the game and have other people react to it and go, this is awesome, this is so much fun. It's the best experience in life. It's, I always kind of thought it's like movie making, but it's even more collaborative and more fun, and it's more interactive. So it's just the creative aspect of it and being able to kind of bring things to
People are
fruition.
kind of playing the game through your vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you tell everyone a little bit about what you're working on right now?
Ooh.
I can. Yeah, so there's a lot of systems we're working on. For people that saw the QuakeCon video, we're continuing work on the champion system. You can see the champion system up there. So there's some work undergoing on how the actual champion screen works and
So
some
cool looking.
supplementary systems to that. We are working on the justice system. There's several elements to that as well. It sounds, on the surface, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of UI to something like the justice system, but there really is, in terms of showing stolen goods and making criminal activities be really clear. So we're trying to make sure the player has all the feedback they need actually when they're going through the environment doing that. We are doing some Imperial City work.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So that's some work there, as well as quality of life features. So we recently got online the latency indicator and combine that with the frames per second indicator, and that should be coming online pretty soon.
Update
and
5, I think, or
I think it's update
thereabouts.
5. Yeah, thereabouts. And another big element is, of course, console UI we're working on.
Oh, yeah.
So
Nice.
that's being worked on along with the PC UI.
The LFG system.
LFG, we're doing some quality of life improvements to the whole grouping experience and the LFG in general.
I heard it's getting a whole overhaul.
It's something it's something we're kind of looking at, trying to get as much feedback that we've received from players and from internal testing, and seeing what we can do to kind of address that. So it's a combination of new features and quality of life features. There's many things that I always want to see put into the game, and the rest of us internally as well. And I'm always reading the Elder Scrolls official forums, Reddit, MMORPG to kind of gauge what are players giving feedback on.
That's great.
So always trying to find things that we could do to improve, and there are things that we come across that we're like, yes, we'd like to fix that. It's just that balancing act.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is the usual process that you end up going through from like start to finish to create a UI element for ESO?
Okay, so it varies a little bit, I guess, depending on the system, but let's take something like crafting as an example. We'll start out with the systems designers figuring out how they want the crafting experience to be. And from the pretty early stages, we'll get the UI designers involved, and we'll kind of look at the system design with them when we're kind of reviewing the scope of the system, and we'll try to see, okay, is there any gotchas? Is there any areas where this sounds overly complicated, or this may be hard to communicate to the player? So there's a little bit of that ebb and flow of system working with UI, and that really kind of goes with any system. So we start from that early process, and once we've kind of finalized what we want the system to be, and how the UI could work with it, we start going into the prototyping phase. We'll do wireframes, we'll do mock-ups for the flow, how all the information is displayed to the player. We'll actually get the artist to start making the assets and plugging that in, how everything will work together, the icons, the backdrops, the fontography, or typography rather, of everything, and then we'll start getting that online. We'll start testing it, we'll polish it, we'll see, hey, what's clear, what's not super clear. And based on QA, we'll fix bugs, we'll polish it based on internal testing, add finishing touches like sound for a lot of different things. So like, the dye system, for example, the unique sounds for when you're dyeing the equipment, and really any kind of system. If there's something we can do, provisioning, a lot of the crafting had plenty of sound. And even animation, we'll try to see what we can do, what are the different things, because it could be a static thing, but if you could deliver it in a way that like reinforces it with sound and audio and animation of your player stirring the pot, for, certain things. So we try to bring it all together.
Nice.
Sounds like a lot of teams touch UI elements, huh?
There is a lot of teams. I mean, we're pretty self-contained in the sense that, we have a UI team, but we're always working with everyone else, and we try to kind of make sure that all the teams have what they need, but it's always very busy, very busy.
Sounds
for the
like
UI
it.
group. Yep.
So do you have any advice for somebody who would like to get into UI for games?
Sure. So I would say, UI is very interesting in that, especially with games, there's UI designers and there's UI artists, and a lot of times there's overlap depending on the studio that we're talking about. So I would probably start out by looking at what part of UI you're actually interested in. Are you interested in the way a game controls? Are you interested in the overall feel of the experience in combat and things like that? Then I'd probably start also looking at, okay, are you more interested in the look, the art, the animations, the sounds? Because there's a lot of different things that go into UI, so being able to kind of scale that or scope it to what area you're really interested in is where I would start. And then, assuming you're playing a lot of games, which I would expect anyone, even in UI, would do, look at the games that are your favorite. Look at games that have been reviewed with a really good experience just in general of getting into it and playing it and being easy to understand all the systems, and make notes, take feedback, try to figure out what worked, and look at what didn't work. And the bad games as well, it's really easy to have a UI that no one comments on, I'm sorry, it's actually really hard to have a UI that no one comments on, because a good UI is almost transparent to a player, but a bad UI almost anyone can identify. So really it's, you know, that kind of feedback thing, play around in editors and see how things can work with the UI tools, even photoshopping existing games if you want to see, you know, hey, I could put my own flavor on how this would work.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So those are all things you could do on your own time. And then of course there's degrees that you could get in schools for user experience and UI, which are definitely beneficial, but they don't always apply to game UI because they're very different philosophies in some ways, but there is some overlap.
Cool. Are there any fan-created UIs that you've been really impressed by?
Yeah, there is a lot. I mean, I'm really impressed with a lot of what the community has done. You know, no small feat for anyone to make a UI, especially, you know, a lot of these, you know, are just one person or two people working together. So, you know, there's things like the Foundry Tactical Combat, Loot Drop, you know, I really enjoy that. Sous Chef.
Love that one.
Yeah, a lot of really good things that just kind of put even more polish or change the way we kind of deliver that information. The equipment indicator is another great one. And, you know, I know the lore book and Skyshard ones are pretty popular. I don't personally use those. I've checked them out just because I like to explore a little bit more. But, but you know, there's some really great ones out there. Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
And we're always looking at, you know, what the players are making and, you know, checking them out and seeing, hey, are there things that, you know, we can incorporate into the base UI that makes sense for the game.
Awesome.
Well, that's a great segue into our Q&A.
Yeah,
We have a couple questions here.
Yeah, definitely.
Chromozon, I think I got that right. He was actually asking specifically about the advanced inventory filters, if that's something that we would ever bring into the game.
So, yes, it's actually, it's something we've talked about. We're not working on anything at the current time, but I've checked that out. Other people on the team have checked it out. It's a really great job, and it's something that we've talked about wanting to bring online for the inventory. Just better inventory management in general. What are ways to filter the items that are already there? So yeah, it's something we've talked about. It's not being worked on at the moment, but it's on our list of things we would like to look at the inventory and see what ways we can improve that.
Nice.
Great.
There's another question from CSubi90 asking, what made you decide to do a minimalistic UI without all the numbers everywhere?
So it wasn't just, you know, one person that kind of decided it. It was really kind of a direction for the game overall that we wanted to take. We felt that we wanted to make the combat visceral. We wanted to make the combat more responsive and based more on actually looking at the animations and the attacks that are happening. And it is definitely a challenge to take away some of the numbers that some other games do, and because of that we try to look at alternate ways of relaying that info. You know, as an example, on the attribute bars we'll try to see, hey, what can we do to communicate what's the main important information, like when you have increased armor or healing over time or damage over time. But really a core part of it was just, you know, looking at ways to take the information that we know is there and making it part of the more immersive experience.
It's definitely a balance. Yeah,
it is a balance, and it's always a fine line trying to find, okay, what's enough, what needs more feedback, what's not working, and iterating and improving.
It's always kind of a work in progress. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, you know, we have a combat responsiveness team that is definitely a big part of trying to close the gap in any areas where, you know, there needs to be more feedback. You know, everything from making combat more responsive, if there's any issues with that, to subtle changes in animation to make things feel more visceral. They have a number of things, you know, that we take from players and internally to always prove wherever we could in the game.
Cool.
All right. So I think, do we have any more questions?
Sure. One more. We actually saw this come up a little bit on the forums also. Since we announced chat bubbles, they're wondering if there's going to be a toggle for them.
Yes, there is. So chat bubbles do not default to on. They are defaulted to off, but we know a lot of players want chat bubbles and we know a lot of players don't. Some people just prefer not to have those on. So there's filters for, I'm trying to...
There they are again.
yeah, the undaunted. So I'm going off the top of my head, but there's filters not only to turn them on and off, but also to control which chat bubbles show up, like group chat versus whispers versus yells.
Oh, that's nice.
So they're able to kind of filter some of that.
Yeah.
And it is in, one thing to note with it is it's a early version of the chat bubbles. It's a what we're calling a beta feature, essentially. Because we wanted to get it out to the players as soon as we could. We know a lot of players wanted it, or want it rather, and wanted to get it into the hands of players and see, what kind of feedback, what can we do to improve. That's just kind of the overall vision for a lot of the parts of the game.
All right, so join us on the PTS and tell us what you think of chat bubbles.
Yes,
That's what I just heard.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us, Chris.
Thank you for having me. It was a
Thanks.
pleasure.
Yeah. We are going to hop into ESO merchandise next. We've actually got some brand new things to show you. They're going to be going on pre-sale very soon.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what you can spend your money on soon. First, we have a Symbiote Nord figurine. There he is. Look how cute. This guy is going to be available on the Symbiote store. He actually comes with an in-game pet. Now, this is going to be a wolfhound, very appropriate for a Nord. I think we have a screenshot of him. There he is. Next, we have a High Elf figure. This is coming soon to our ESO stores. There is a standard edition and also an exclusive edition. Now, the exclusive edition has, she lights up her little magic ball right in her hand. It's really cool. So whenever these things are available, we will be posting it on our website and social media sites. You want to get into what's available now?
Available now. So first up, we've got our ESO Alliance Etched Shot Glass 3-pack. These are pretty heavy-duty shot glasses. They're available on the Bethesda store for $30, the pack of 3. They each have the Alliance symbol etched on them. Perfect for drinking your sujama. We actually have a set here that we're going to be giving away a little bit later in the show.
Very cool.
Yeah, they're
Very
actually,
heavy.
They're very heavy-duty. And also, the Alliance hoodies that we showed off last ESO Live are currently on sale. They're for $45 through Monday, September 29th. And you can see them on the screen now. They are warm and perfect for fall.
So if you happen to have any pictures of yourself with ESO merchandise, we'd love to see it. Send us a picture. Send us a picture, not a picture, at community@elderscrollsonline.com.
Yes, please.
So now's a good time to do another giveaway. What do you think?
Yes.
How about a hoodie?
One of those very same hoodies you just saw.
Yeah.
Who wants a hoodie?
Jason, start up the giveaway engine. I guess you can just type in hoodie into chat.
HOODIE.
Did you do it?
I did it.
Okay. Jason did it. So just type in hoodie, HOODIE, into chat. Oh, we have one here to look at in the meantime. There it is. It's got an Ouroboros on the front,
And
a hood. Whoa. Oh gosh, you almost knocked over your shot glass.
no. We're doing Ebonheart
Here's
themes today, aren't
Ebonheart.
we?
Kind of cool.
Ebonheart.
Oh yeah. I see chat's going insane. Typing in hoodie. These are really nice. If you want, I can read the tag just to kill some time. It's 80% cotton, 20% polyester, over for care, it says. This is important. That was your
Let me guess. Machine wash cold?
machine wash warm.
Oh.
Tumble dry low. No bleach in big letters. Do not iron design. So you can iron the sleeves, but not the design. All right. I see everyone in chat appreciates my terrible sense of humor. Thank you. I'll be here for the rest of the afternoon for your laughing pleasure. They give me a lot of LOLs on the forum, but from what I'm told, it doesn't mean you're actually funny. They're laughing at me.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up because this is getting embarrassing. All right, Jason, you want to push the button?
All right, who's our winner?
Anna Strange is the winner of the hoodie.
Congratulations,
Anna. Good job typing. Good job pressing that button, Jason. Jason Levy's going to get in talk. God, Jesus. Why can't I talk today? It's because of these shot glasses. Jason will get in touch with you on Twitch, and we will get your size information so we can send you your hoodie.
All right, so next up, we have our hot topic discussion with Brian Wheeler, lead PvP designer.
Hi.
There he is.
There you are. Thanks for joining us.
Sure, no problem. Thanks for having me down.
Absolutely.
So, you want to talk a little bit about what's going on in Cyrodiil right now?
Yeah, sure. We obviously read the forums all the time and are watching to see what we can fix on the PvP team. And what we handle is basically all the keeps, all the campaigns, obviously Imperial City when it's coming up, but basically all the warfare of what you fight over. So we're trying to make sure that
everything that isn't combat in game or combat in classes, right?
Right, essentially.
Yeah.
And then if it's stuff that you buy from a siege merchant, we handle that. I mean, I know the line gets fuzzy with, you know, flaming oil, which we'll talk about in a second.
Yeah.
But we're always watching that and reporting back issues, if any come up, back to the combat team as well as to our server engineers to help fix any of the server crashes or client crashes or anything where your game just cuts off all immediately and results in you guys getting hammered with please fix it requests. So the guys are always well aware of those when they come up, and we're working on making sure they get those fixed. Kind of like what we did with the post-turn doors finally with the most recent patch.
Really glad that went in.
And yeah, exactly.
No more will you run against a door and just go face flat.
Yeah, exactly. And have guys beating on you while you're trying to get in. That's terrible. And the other issue with sometimes having your status lost on a server rollback.
Oh yeah. Like
or just on regular maintenance, right? Them getting misplaced. So that's been fixed, which is, you know, coming back from obviously not just us playing the game, but from feedback from the forums. But speaking of the feedback from the forums, the flaming oil is kind of next on tap for us in terms of what we have seen is.
It's definitely been a hot topic, no pun intended.
It's one that the behavior for it, we know what people are doing, and it's not the intended behavior for flaming oil. It's meant to be something that's dropped on people from up high as a defensive posture.
Right, as opposed to point blank AoE.
Point blank, like in the open field, just dropping it and then using it along with combinations of other abilities has kind of not been the spirit of what we want for it. So we're looking at maybe adding a dead zone, sort of just a minimum amount of time that the oil needs to travel before it's armed. We're talking something like 6 meters, nothing crazy. Yeah. But it's just so that you have to actually drop it on people as opposed to just, you know, run out, drop it on the ground.
That's great. Nice.
With forward camps, some of the discussions we're having, I know a popular request / suggestion has been to have it so you can only resurrect in the area.
The radius
that's
of
deployed.
forward camps, yeah.
That was a little bit trickier than it sounds. There has to be some server voodoo that the guys are a little worried about, that they don't want to have a lot of requirement checks getting hammered on the server. We already have to make sure that server runs as smooth as possible. We don't want to add in more things that the PC needs to handle besides all the NPCs as well as the players. So they're being careful with that, but in the meantime, we are seeing that a lot of the behavior is with low-level players getting those things and dropping them out there.
Yeah.
So
Dirty little spies.
We're gonna try. That's why you have 3 shot glasses for one of each spy in your group. We're gonna try putting.
Really Gina.
You're a spy?
Yeah, all the time.
Oh.
Told her to stop.
So we're gonna put
can't help myself.
We're gonna put rank requirements on the forward camps to start, and we're not talking like ridiculously high rank requirements. Gina could get a requirement nailed down of getting at least rank 6 in the matter of a weekend, and then you could then put forward camps for you two on the same team.
Sounds about right.
Hopefully not griefing each other. We're also looking at maybe doing bind-on pickup for those as well. That can be a little bit tricky dealing with banks, how your bank is shared across all your characters.
Right.
So we're, again, that's another one of those suggestions that sounds, yeah, just done, right? But it's a little bit more tricky than it sounds. So that's why sometimes these fixes take a little bit of time to come in.
Yeah, involve engineering and...
Yeah, a lot of like making sure the loopholes are closed. Like we were talking about doing guild forward camps, but we ended up killing that idea because there was just too much griefing, and along with the being in 5 guilds on one character, there were a lot of loopholes that introduced rather than fixed. So we're looking at other ways to make forward camps a little bit more their intended spirit of you're using it to defend a location or attack a location, not as fast travel resurrection across the zone, which is partially another thing that they're being used for too. I think other than that, we are always looking at the campaign populations. We just added a new 30-day and decided to remove the veteran-only campaign just based on feedback, as well as just looking at server population. And lastly, itemization. We, for the rewards, for the end of campaign rewards, introduced some of the same items that you could get from the Dragonstar Arena, but also other yellow gear sets that you can get. In the future, there will be, like you saw at QuakeCon, the Alliance-only
oh yeah,
armors.
those are cool.
Those are going to be coming in soon too. Not in the next patch, but one of the patches coming forward they'll be in. And
soon.
It's just like
you heard it here first.
Yeah, soon. Sorry, we use soon. But
my favorite word.
That gear will be coming along soon. And of course, back to the feedback, we know that some of the merchants aren't selling the gear appropriate, and we get the items team to make sure they fix that stuff as quickly as they can too. So I know that some of the fixes don't come in as rapidly as we want them to, but we also want to make sure that we're not trying to induce any more issues which make people come on the servers and in the forums and make you all go crazy. Because they may come and yell at me, and then I feel sad too.
All right. Another thing we know has been kind of a hot topic recently is, where am I? Here we are. Another hot topic recently has been stealth.
Yes.
Now, there were some issues when we pushed update 4. Since then, we have made fixes for Shadow Cloak, Concealed Weapons, Night Silence, Night Shade, and also the passive Stealthy. That is the real name, Stealthy.
That is a real
The
name.
Wood Elf passive Stealthy.
Yep. There also seems to be a little bit of confusion between cloaking and just detection in general. So we want to kind of explain that a little bit. For cloaking, it is intended that projectiles will miss you when your cloak is cast. Now, there are a couple outstanding bugs with this, and we promise the team is working hard to fix this. Projectiles, I know somebody on the forums asked us this recently, how do we define projectiles? These are basically anything that flies through the air. The only thing that can break a cloak, well, what's supposed to be breaking a cloak, is damage from a dot, a damage over time, or area effect attacks. So there you have it.
That sums it up. Right from the combat guys themselves, right?
Right from combat to here, to here, to here. So, detection. There also is a little bit of confusion about what detection means. Now, when you, I was going to say squat down, that's
Crouch.
when you crouch, not squat. There's the eye that you see on your screen. It's completely closed. Now, no matter what you're wearing, it will always start to open at the exact same time. My eye looks like a clamshell. But yeah, it'll kind of start to open a little bit. That's going to start to open no matter what you're wearing, what item sets you have, what passives you have. It's always the same. What changes your detection is when it fully opens. No matter what you're wearing, that'll be different.
Yeah, when you don't see hidden anymore.
Exactly, and it'll actually say detected.
Yeah.
We have seen all of your comments on the forums. We know it's been frustrating, but we promise we are still looking at stealth, and we're trying to figure out kind of what's going on with it. We also wanted to let you know that there are going to be some stamina updates coming in Update 5. This is going to affect bows, dual wields, 2-hand and 1-hand. And in Update 6, there's going to be a lot of class and ability tweaks and updates. So a lot of stuff coming through the pipeline to kind of address a lot of the concerns about night blades and stealthing, stamina, all that stuff.
Yep. The team is really hard at work, and we will do our very best to keep you updated as to what they're working on, the progress. So definitely keep an eye on the forums for that information. Yep. All right, so speaking of the team, we have some developers who are going to play through Dragonstar Arena next in our Let's Play segment.
Good.
All right, so let me introduce these guys. Basically what we did is we had all of you vote on what you wanted to see the development team play through. The winner was Dragonstar Arena. So we've got 4 developers with us today who are going to play through. This is going to be headed up by zone lead Greg Roth. Joining him is going to be designers Jason Barnes and Jared Bolio. Jared, I'm so sorry if I butchered your name.
It's better than I would have.
And producer Nathan Fairbanks. So take it away, guys.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us this afternoon on the of Dragonstar Arena. Today I will be the healer of the group. I am the Argonian dancing around on your screen right now, named Roll Fizzlebeef. Also joining me is Jason, using our tank Templar build. Jason will be playing Chicken Tender Dance Time. Say hello, Jason.
Hello, Twitch, and everyone watching from the future when you watch this.
Is that how Twitch works? Is time travel?
Yes.
Excellent. Jared is also joining us as one of our DPS. He is the Khajiit known as Litterbox. Say hello, Jared.
Hello, folks.
And Nathan is our last DPS here as Scope Creep. Say hello, Nathan.
Hello, everybody.
All right, and as to get us started, let's go ahead. We're already in the normal mode of the arena, and we're going to go through for as far as we can. We're going to discuss some of the design decisions that we made surrounding the arena, and just generally get our butts handed to us. So, without further ado, let's roll out, gentlemen.
All right. On our way to hopefully not die.
No promises there.
Yeah.
Know that fresh meat will be available shortly.
But considering we've run this a gajillion times, should have it down pat by now.
We got this.
New challengers. Will they survive the competition?
So we are playing normal mode. Vet mode would rock our faces off pretty much. Luckily, we are not the team that usually does the balance testing. We have our QA group that does that. And they're pretty awesome, probably the best players at the studio. So if we die a lot, don't worry. It wasn't balanced around us.
A round of applause.
First in, we got us a Fighters Guild Sorcerer, and Adam, like lightning in my face.
I can't wait to find out.
So you'll notice there's no staffs at the party, except for maybe our healer.
It's kind of necessary.
Yeah.
So one interesting tidbit about the design of the arena, and those of you who've been following it since its early days on PTS, you may or may not have actually noticed this as well. There are 5 waves, as you can tell by the number of braziers that are up there, but it wasn't always such. There used to be 10 waves per arena, and it was not... It was fun to a point, but we didn't want the arena to take 5 hours, so we ended up stripping that down a little bit so that it was more fun with smaller groups. Nathan, stop dying.
I'm better already.
What's your job title again?
Producer?
Why don't you produce some DPS?
Ah.
So along with the reduction in the number of waves, we also came up with a way for a wave to last longer than just spawning a single group of mobs.
Yeah, we didn't want it to feel as static where it was just one stop. So we kind of filtered in. As you kill things, you'll kind of notice more and more things will come along and kind of help reinforce the group. So it keeps it a little bit more active.
Got the Sorcerer on the left. Burn down the Templar.
Punch the Sork in the face.
More worried about that Templar. There we go. Now I'm gonna punch the Sork in the face. Staff. Hello, Sorcerer. Some Mystic Orb.
No one's died yet. We're already better than normal.
No one's died yet. I'm healing. Totally not that arrogant in real life. I'm sorry. This Berserker wants my blood.
So Jason, what would you say was your favorite part of setting this whole thing up?
Oh god, fire.
Really?
Oh god, fire was his favorite part of setting this up, yes.
That was my favorite part. Actually, probably working on the hazards was a big delight. This first stage here doesn't have a ton. You kind of have the traps here, but as we kind of went along and did more and more, we got to be a little bit more creative with what we were actually making. What you'll see here in the next stage, if we make it, which is actually probably my favorite stage I got to create, which was the snow hazard one.
Which, if memory serves, the snow hazard is where we really decided how hard this was going to get.
Yeah, it was actually a lot harder than everything else right away, and we kind of used that as a baseline and worked our way up from there when we were balancing. More fire, oh god. As soon as I have everything taunted here.
So as I recall, I believe the blizzard in Arena 2 is one of the things that has caused probably the most player deaths, both among devs and actual players, and swearing. Yeah. Lots of swearing has come out of that.
It's right up there with the poison clouds on stage 3, which are another personal. I actually got hit by a spike. Wow.
Do that. We got this Templar hanging out by the spike trap. Oh hey.
I got him. So, pro tip for anyone working on times in vet mode, these traps can be used against your enemies to drop their health by quite a bit. That guy just drank a potion. Alright, boss wave. Well, wait, no, I'm kidding. I designed this.
Did you really make this?
Hopefully. I'm still sad they didn't let me put the concessions guy up in the crowds there. Peanuts. Templar.
All right, another question for you guys. How long did you guys as devs think it would take for the community to beat it, like on PTS and on live?
We weren't really sure. Our internal group got to, I want to say, Arena 9, and that was like the best of the best. And so we looked at that and we said, okay, it's not hard enough. We need to crank up the difficulty even more. So we threw it out there, but we have really, really good players. I know on live right now, big grats to Alacrity and Hodor, who have both down vet mode. Good job to both those guys. I know they put in tons of hours on the PTS.
Yeah, it was really fun watching Hodor on PTS.
Which is actually brings up a good point. Is it's a little interesting doing it from this side because a lot of times, especially during PTS phases and stuff, we'll sit in a lot of streams and actually watch players play the content and kind of see how they're doing everything. So if you see someone lurking in there not talking, it could be one of us kind of just watching and seeing what you're doing, what type of strats you're kind of utilizing. So it's always kind of fun to see all the crazy strategies people think of.
We got some double Templar action going on in the back here. I got one of them busy, but killing with the resto staff is pretty slow. However... Oh, quit dying over there. You're killing me. It's not like my face. Why don't you like my face? It's a handsome Argonian face.
Still handsome.
It's totally not handsome, never mind.
Only a mother could love that, but Argonians really don't have mothers, do they?
They hatch from eggs.
I love your face, Greg.
Thank you. Everyone really should. Alright, this should be boss wave.
And Nate, stand in the Dawnbreaker. It buffs you by 30%.
Don't tell him that.
Assuming Bretonnian combat position.
Oh, goodness, champion. Sold. Wants to hurt my face.
Oh, silver bolts.
I have a mystic orb.
Now watch his health drop. Alright, we got ads.
Hey, we do! Templar, what's up? Hey, Templar, very convenient of you to stop right in that trap that Nathan just knocked you out of. Way to go, Nathan.
I try.
Oh!
Ow, my face.
What did you do?
You let me die, is that what happened?
I let you die.
He died. Excellent. I mean...
Scooping him up.
Sorry.
Please don't Dawnbreaker on my face. There we go. Nothing happened. Everything's okay.
Nothing to see, folks.
Oh, watch out. Alright, get this guy down. Funny story, the first time we ever did this, we were kind of experimenting with seeing how player abilities would work when monsters used them. And Paul Sage, our creative director, came in here and we said, hey, sit down, let's try this out. And he was playing a vampire tank. Silver bolts might have been slightly overtuned at the time, because all that happened was he continuously got knocked down over and over and disintegrated several times. But he loved it, so we kind of at that point said, hey, let's do more with this, and we started adapting a lot of various player abilities and bringing them into the game. As you'll probably notice for anyone who's played this, they go through a whole spectrum of player abilities, especially bosses. And as you defeat bosses, you'll actually start noticing normal monsters will be using those abilities in later stages. So it kind of keeps things interesting, keeps you on your feet.
No, Gladiator, get away from me. I am not entertained.
I got him. Back to the spikes.
Should be the last of the ads.
No.
Oh, get out of the freaking Healy circle. Yep.
Execute.
There we go.
Hey, we won.
We won.
So, funny story about the announcer as well. If anyone who has played this noticed, every time you die, he pretty much sits there and just makes fun of you. He originally just didn't exist. We decided to, as we were kind of developing everything, that we were going to bring in some type of announcer to kind of give you hints through what he was saying. And it just he ended up being this kind of jerk that just made fun of you even through the hints. So we were like, let's just bring this further. So we sat down and I think we wrote like 25 or 30 lines of him just making fun of you. And everyone around the office had a blast with it. And a big shout out to Bill. I'm going to butcher his last name, Slavisk?
Bill Slavisek. Bill Slavisek.
Yes.
Everybody loves Bill Slavisek.
Bill is my partner in crime when it comes to writing. We work together on tons of stuff like making characters, and he did an awesome job with it. So if anyone enjoys being made fun of every time you die here, you can thank him.
The truth is, that's actually how Greg just talks to the team on a daily basis.
Really? Really? I never noticed that. Jerk.
All right, let's go through. All right, so for this arena, another behind-the-scenes fact. Originally in vet mode, or since vet mode, actually, let me cover that. When we first created Dragonstar, vet mode was the only mode that existed. We basically said, let's make something really, really hard and see how far people can go. And a lot of people are having fun with it, but it was a little bit too difficult for a lot of the normal players. So we basically went back and said, okay, what if we did a normal version of this as well? And we tried it, lowered the difficulties, took down some of the various challenges and hazards. And what we ended up getting was what we're playing right now with the normal mode. So it's still a lot of fun. A lot of people enjoyed it. So it was a learning experience of, hey, maybe we can do things in multiple modes and kind of see what happens. So, maybe in the future it's something that we take a look at. But yeah, it's originally, it was only hard mode. So I'm really glad we made that change. And we have our first step.
Nathan, are you dead again?
He's distracting me.
Keep yourself sealed for a second. Oh, Magma Shell, you are a wonderful ultimate. Thank you. Have some Mystic Orb.
Oh, yeah. Taking
No bears.
I have no stamina.
I do. Oh yeah, I should probably use a potion. That would be kind of important, wouldn't it?
It'd help.
Oh, jeez, my pancreas.
Don't worry, Greg. When you're healing, we're all using potions.
Fizzlebee.
That one was on me.
Gotcha.
Good job.
Turn in the favor.
Yeah. So, back to the fires here. So in vet mode, these fires go out, and you have to light them normally, or luckily you don't have to worry about that in normal mode. However, we give you torches to light the fires now. Originally, those torches didn't exist. If you kind of keep an eye out, you'll notice that the archers will shoot down kind of a fiery arrow AoE. And we actually, the original design for this was you had to get the archers to shoot the various basically piles of wood to get them to light on fire. It wasn't communicating well though, so we eventually put in the torches and had them do that, but just kind of an interesting behind the scenes thing of, yeah, there was no torches at one time. You really had to position everything to get it to light, otherwise you died. Speaking of Blizzard.
Dang, it's coming in.
Freezing to death is part of a strategy I'm just not familiar.
Thunderball in there. Thought I had interrupted him. Guess not. Bag Michelle for all of your synergy needs.
Kill the archer.
Heard him, Nate. Die.
Oh yeah.
Are you doing push-ups?
I gotta keep warm.
snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Let you never sing again.
Oh, harsh. How it is, trolls. Hello, trolls.
Get out of there.
That's the Ice Wraith charge. Bear. Yes, I know only I can prevent forest fires.
You went there. You totally went there. Oh yeah. Oh, get that
Hey,
guy.
Ice Mage.
Oh great, he backed up. Go to the other fire. Or do we have a Dragon Knight or anything?
Well, I am a Dragon Knight, but I don't have chains on my bars.
I think I can get him.
Oh, get out of the red. That's fine. I'll line aside him in.
Dying.
Never die. Chicken tender dance time lives forever.
So some of the arena themes were chosen based on the different types of enemies that we could populate with them, some of the different hazards that we could come up with at the time, and other factors over, which ones we thought were the coolest.
Also, props to our art team. They did an amazing job making the arenas look really cool and unique.
Case in point, good old Boethia statue up there.
Yes, there's a lot of work that went into these arenas, from QA to audio to art, design. Everyone, I think, did a really awesome job. So I know not everyone could be on the stream. We'd have a whole raid team and more. But big shout out to them and good job that they did on this. Someone in Twitch asked if we were playing on vet mode. No, we would be very dead if we were on vet mode.
Yeah, we're good, but we're not that good. Of course, I attribute that to Nathan's presence.
That's true.
Thanks.
Welcome. I am nothing if not supportive.
Charge! To the person who asked about the Battle Master, yes, he is indeed wearing ebony armor.
It's one of the coolest looking sets we got in my opinion.
Yes.
One day I'll actually get a full set of it collected on live. Dang.
Yeah.
Is that, yep, last wave.
Yeah, well, I think this is, we're just pretty awesome. We could have probably did this on vet mode. No, we couldn't.
I have way more faith in Nathan's abilities than I do.
Why is it all about me?
Kill the mage first.
Ah! Don't charge my face.
Oh, I actually got hit with Impulse. I'm working on low health here. Trying to watch various things all at once while tanking.
You're not working on low health, not
It's
while I'm
true.
around.
Alright, kill the ads.
Troll! Troll in the dungeon!
Oh yeah.
things you got on you?
I have everything on me. As a real tank should, except for oh no, ow,
No.
Oh, thank you, Armor.
No. Oh, you're using the. That's right. You got the the trial set. That
I
saved
earned
your
this.
duff there.
Kill the truck. All right, get me back to health here.
Have a mystic orb.
So while I'm doing this amazing job of tanking, for those who have played in the vet mode, you'll notice that there are 100 lives. Originally, I think we had 32.
Yep.
And yeah, it was actually it was interesting to see something a little bit longer with a small amount of lives. So after playtesting it for a while, we decided that we actually want it to be less about kind of maintaining lives and more about them acting as a bonus for the leaderboard if you're able to complete it. So that's kind of why you see the higher life limit than you would in something like the Serpent Trial or Nate dying over there. Good job.
Shh, quiet.
Oh, they would have noticed. They're seeing from my point of view, and I'm the one scraping his tush off the dirt.
It's just Jason starts talking and I fall asleep.
Ah.
Charge. Boom. Stay moist.
Shakalaka. Oh, he drank a potion. What a jerk.
Yeah, nobody drinks potions.
I should nerf that. Oh!
As I drink a potion.
My face!
Oh, pop some defensive cooldowns or something while I scrape up Jason off the dirt.
Thank you.
Oh,
Got him.
You got him, nice.
At my death.
It's alright. Nobody important died.
Oh.
This is why my job
I'm out
hurts
of
me.
stam.
F a second. There you go.
Mmm. Tasty stam.
And alright, there we
Yeah.
go.
The ferocity in your blood melts the bitter cold of this arena. Well done, mortals. Head through the gates when you're ready. There are many more versions of the arena.
Alright. This is kind of the arena that gets a lot of people to quit. Just because of the
You don't
difficulty.
want to bill it that way?
Yeah, not in the way of... Well, it's hard.
Yeah, the poison is difficult, and the stranglers have the horrible, horrible tendency of yanking you right into a poison cloud. Although, honestly, I've been saved by the stranglers more times than have been killed by them.
I think that's part of the best part of this arena is the stranglers saving you from an impending poison cloud.
Yes.
Take out that hatred on you. The foul mongrels from the Reach certainly know how to put up a...
Alright, who's first up to get beat down?
Kill the Nereid.
These are strange.
Crocodile, my brother!
Enough with the commentary. Let's get this battle.
To the quick, wow. Okay, let me try re-saying that. To the Twitch question who asked about why is there an Oblivion portal, these arenas actually are no longer in Tamriel. You are actually going through Oblivion realms as you fight through them, which kind of explains the whole major change in scenery every time you kind of go to a new area.
So the first arena is actually in Tamriel, but as you... Oh, I got hit in the face with something. As you go beyond the first arena, like Jason said, you're actually going into little pocket realms of Oblivion in Boethia's trial grounds, essentially. And she's...
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, yeah. I think when I pointed up to the giant Boethia statue, they might have gotten the hint.
That's Sally.
It's a giant statue of Sally.
Yeah, we love Sally.
The realm of Sally.
Sally's champion. Yes, her realm is in the Deadlands. You actually, Arena 10, when you fight the last boss, is actually located there with all the lava and destruction.
Not the Deadlands.
Or no.
Deadlands is,
Whoops,
is
never mind. This is why I design arenas and gameplay. And we have writers and lore people.
Where are you, Scope? Scope Creeper's right in front of me the whole time.
This is why I die. You can't see me.
Stop blending in.
There are 10 arenas in total to the question from Twitch. When you complete it, you get a special chest that has a chance of dropping some new weapons that we introduced with this patch with special ability altering enchants. Mama soup. Should be getting Poison Cloud soon.
Don't remind me.
You get it. There we go.
There we go.
You get a puncture, and you get a puncture, and you get a puncture.
That rising mist looks dangerous to you. You probably shouldn't let it touch you. Oh, what am I saying? Of course you should. I want to see what the mist does.
Ah, quit dying.
That's not how healing works.
Oh, stranglers are up.
No, Strangler. Don't take my tank away from me. Uh-oh. That hurt.
To the person asking in Twitch where the weapons drop with the ability altering enchants, they actually come from the very final chest in Dragonstar Arena. So you can't get them before then, but in the final chest they have a chance of dropping.
Alright, gents, I've been informed that we are running out of moments here, so I'm gonna go, well, I was gonna go run and die heroically in that poison cloud, but it despawned. It kind of took away my moment of glory there. Alright, everybody, thank you all for joining us today for the Dev Let's Play. I really enjoyed doing this with everybody and having the group together, so hopefully we get a chance to do something like this again. Oh, as you get yanked off to the side. Eaten by Strangler. But yeah, that should bring it to a close. Thank you all for watching, and we'll return it back to you, Gina and Jess.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
All right.
Good job, guys.
Thank you very much, Greg, Jason, Nathan, and Jared. We hope you enjoyed their playthrough and commentary. There they are.
What an adorable picture. So typically we would have you guys vote on what you want to see next, but for our next live stream, we're going to be doing something a little special. So stay tuned for news.
Yes. I think we have another giveaway to do, don't we?
Let's do another giveaway.
All right.
Why not?
Last one. As promised, we are going to be giving away this shot glass set.
You should type in shots in chat. Do it up, Jason.
All right. And while this is going, just a reminder, we would love it if you followed our channel. That way you can see anytime we are online on Twitch. Nice.
What else is in here? Oh, look at all the shots in chat. Shots, shots, shots. Just like that horrible song. It's an unboxing video. Live. Here, you can have this one. We'll send you a new one. Whoever wins, it won't be the one that's been mangled by us.
Here they are.
Oh, I got Daggerfall. Cheers. See? Sturdy.
Very.
Okay, we'll do maybe 20 more seconds of shots. There they are. Very cute. I'm ruining the box too in my hand. So, I'm going to Dogfest tomorrow.
Really?
It's a big, I don't even know what it is actually, but
a festival of
a
dogs.
festival of dogs, and you can buy things and eat hot dogs. Okay, let's stop. Jason, you want to you want to hit the button, Jason? See who won? Man, what's with all these names? Lucuro? Oh man, how appropriate. Lucuro, like liquor.
Liquor? Oh, yep.
In your shots? Well,
congrats, Lucuro.
Good job, Lucuro. We'll be shipping these out to you as soon as we get your shipping information. There they are. Look how pretty. And we'll give you an unopened box too.
Yes.
Okay. So last time, the Tamriel pronunciation video we did was a pretty big hit. We did another one, so you can watch us all try and pronounce very difficult Tamriel words.
And we are looking for videos from you.
Yep.
Embarrassing yourself as well. So please send them to us.
We're back again, fine-tuning the pronunciation on those Tamrielic nouns. Let's get at it.
Ooh, here's a tricky one.
Saski.
Zassy?
Poughkeepsie.
These are the people that search us when we go to the frickin' airport.
Sexy.
Tasesi.
This is one of those things we rearrange the letters to put it into a word.
That sounds legit.
Seisai.
That
Sensei.
looks like a hot sauce.
In short, it's shayashi.
Hold on.
Sassai?
Hold on. I think we should actually try to pronounce the word.
All right. Saisi. Say it. Saisi.
Saisi.
Shisashi? Are they gonna like show the words? Like, is the word down here on the bottom of the screen? Like,
it's right there. Actually,
people are like, "No, you fools."
Seishi.
Well, there you go.
That's it. Let's do it. Right.
Seichi.
Okay.
Droog. Drog.
Droog.
The draw.
Drew.
Druff.
Drew.
Dre.
Dredge.
Droff.
Droog.
Droog.
Drew.
Drew.
Oh, they're the things with the like the.
Yeah.
It's like Druga.
No, I think it's Dro.
Okay.
Ah.
Dreg.
Drag. Drag.
I say drag
Drag?
because droog feels a bit too Clockwork Orange.
I think
I used to say droig.
Droig?
I don't know, like the German EU, like.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
you.
still think it's droid.
It's
or
Dreg.
Draug.
It's the
Draug.
Dreg.
the X's. How do you even? What is an X?
They pronounce it Z's.
Ugh.
There's some contention.
X's always throw me off.
Some people.
Bob.
Zivali.
Zivilai.
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 Zivilay.
Zivilai.
Zivilai.
I'm gonna say Zivilai.
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 Some people say Shivalai or Chivalai.
They're wrong.
It's Xanadu. That's what it is.
Xanadu.
Mm-hmm. The skating rink.
No,
Yep.
that's a different game.
Those are Roman numerals. That's not even a word.
Is it meat speak?
Oh, is it this?
235. That's what that is.
We'll just have to tomato it.
I'll go with Zivilaya. And also, or 230, whichever one. You know,
Zivilai.
Roman numerals.
Zivilai.
All right, and that brings our episode to a close. We hope you enjoyed this episode of ESO Live. Thank you so much for watching.
We will be back October 10th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Well, Jessica will be back. I'll be out of town.
Yep,
but
so we'll have Kai Schober, our German community manager, joining us. And please let us know what you thought of this episode. We really enjoyed your feedback last time, and it allowed us to make some improvements. So go on to either the forums at elderscrollsonline.com or our social media channels. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Tumblr even. And we would look forward to seeing your feedback there.
And also, if you have any creations that you want us to see, whether it's cosplay or art or those
Music.
merchandise pictures, anything, send it along to us at community@elderscrollsonline.com.
All right, and we're going to sign off. We'll see you in Tamriel, and have a great weekend.
Bye.